Hey y'all, it's Ashley sharing another Hip Kit Club layout, and this is for August 2014. And at this point, I'm kind of just opening some of the products that came in our kits, and I really am thinking about using that stamp set, but I'm not really sure at this point if I want to use it. I have some of the basic things I'm going to be using out right now, and I'm really looking at the Studio Calico paper with the gold foiled stars on it. And I'm going to cut out the middle because I'm thinking either I want to use the middle or I want to use the frame, but I actually don't end up using it at all. And so I am cutting it, but I'll get to use it on a later layout. So to the right, you'll see my photo, which is a picture of me and a few of my friends from college. And so I didn't really scrapbook in college like at all. And so I do have a ton of photos that need to be scrapbooked, but the quality of the photos just aren't very good. So it's kind of hard sometimes to scrapbook those kind of pictures. And so I did find one that I really liked, and it's of us in our Halloween costumes one year, which was, I mean, obviously a joke, but we had a good time kind of going out in these costumes. But so I'm thinking at this point, I'm looking for some other pieces of paper, and I'm not really even sure if I wanted to use that blue background, but I do end up going with the kind of an aqua, it's got an aqua blue tone. The final picture makes it almost look like it's more of like a deeper sky blue, or a Columbia, but it's really not. It does have an aqua tone, which I really, really love. And so I decided to go ahead and matte the picture with, it's kind of like a honeycomb paper, and it really accents the pink in the photo. And then I'm kind of going for a grid design, but not really. This is not going to be like perfectly a grid. I'm just like, I've gotten really into this, doing things kind of clean, but heavily embellished lately, which kind of sounds contradicting, but I like putting things like straight onto the layout and just embellishing around and kind of just going with the flow. But at this point, I wasn't sure how I wanted everything to be laid out. I'm just pulling out different things that came in our kit, such as the 3x4 cards and the 4x6 cards, which obviously I've cut down one of the 4x6 cards that has a butterfly on it. I cut that down to kind of be more of a square shape. And then that Be Happy card it's like craft with gold foil, which is so cute. I cut that down to be more of a square shape as well, because I do want to try to fit everything kind of like a puzzle, but not really. I hope that makes sense. So here's my little tray of embellishments, and I'll probably use one of those scripty fonts on every single one of my layouts this month, because I said this in I think in my box opening video or in one of my previous videos, that I just love the extra like that this type of font gives layouts. Kind of like when I use this, like any type of scripty font from the Silhouette, I just love the way that it looks. And so at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to use the crazy one, but I decided to go against that because I thought of a different title. So I'm using my T-square ruler to place everything down as straight as possible. Now, I'm not always going for straight, but here, since this is kind of sort of like a grid design, but not really, I do kind of want it to be on there fairly spaced out evenly, or placed on the background straight. So I only use a T-square ruler for a couple of things, and then everything else seems to go down fairly nicely, so I don't have to worry about and when I start putting the embellishments on. So I'm just looking through my embellishments right now. I'm adding some foam squares to this ephemera piece that says Noted, and that came from Notes and Things. Also, this ampersand came from the Notes and Things ephemera collection, and which I love because normally ephemera collections have just die cuts, but this did come with a few wood veneer pieces, and I love that natural light colored wood. I really, really like that. So I'm thinking I will leave that spot blank and just add my title, and my title at this point is Crazy Friends, which isn't super original or anything, but I'm just not the most creative when it comes to titles. I love scrapbooking, but the title part just sometimes gives me a headache, and so I decided not to go with that title because I felt like it needed some pattern there. And so you'll see me cut down a piece of paper, or I'll yeah, you'll see me cut down a piece of paper here in a few minutes. I thought that I did that off camera, but I actually don't. And I just felt like it was too blank there. It just needed some extra interest. So I'm going to cut down this beautiful polka dot paper. It kind of has a cream base to it. And at this point, I'm not really sure the exact size that I want. So I'm just going to keep cutting it until I am happy with the size. So I do like the way that looks. I went ahead and adhered that down. And I just feel like that gave it so much more interest, like, to the page. And if I would have left it blank, I don't think it would have looked the way that I wanted it to look. So I'm looking at these other chipboard embellishments that are from Chamel Lane, or from the Chamel line from American Crafts. And I'm also looking at the sticker book that is from her collection as well. There's so much to choose from. It really is kind of hard to decide, but I did like that sticker that said True Stories. And then I'm going to pop up this other sticker that says, oh, what does that say? It was a huge, or what a huge success. And then I pulled the Scripty font that says hello, and those are freckled font if I didn't already say that. And so I'm thinking at this point I want to use the hello, and then that cork piece that says fab, and that the cork pieces are also from Chamel. And then I decided to use these other alphas, or these alphas that are also from the Chamel line, and it says friends, but I'm going to scoot them down just because they're not, they didn't fit. They do fit perfectly once I scoot them down, but I don't really plan that kind of stuff out, and then it always bites me in the butt, I feel like. So I'm really liking the way this is looking so far. And at this point, it's kind of like coming to the home stretch here, because I just really just need to embellish. And whenever I feel like it's done, it's done. I feel like the first, I would say 10 minutes is probably the most difficult as far as like my layout process. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do, and if I'm going to like that. And then once I have like the basic design down, the embellishing is, I think for a lot of people, is the best part. And for me, I feel like it's always the most fun part, because I feel like the, I guess, quote unquote stressful part is done, although scrapbooking is not stressful. But if it were, I would feel like the first part of it would be. And sometimes I think it can be, because you get frustrated if something isn't looking the way that you want it to look. But if it isn't for me, I just go back and change it to what I want it. So at this point, I'm really happy with it. And that's about it. I don't add mist or anything. Here comes the final photo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great Saturday.